Good evening. We're gonna call the Forestville Town Board monthly meeting to order at 6:30 PM, Monday, June 17th, 2024, at the Forestville Town Hall. Roll call.
Kevin Gillett,
Here.
Larry Huber,
Here.
Jason Clahat,
Here.
Dina Schmidt here, and Teresa Clahat here.
All right. Pledge of allegiance, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Verification of public notice.
The notice was posted at the town hall bulletin board. It was posted online on our website and posted in the clerk's office.
Okay. Did everybody receive an agenda? Did anybody see anything that they needed to change or?
No, I mean, that we already did. That's good.
All right. And we'll accept the agenda as written. Item number 4, approve the meeting minutes from May 13th special meeting, May 16th Board of Review meeting, and May 20th regular meeting.
16th.
So,
You did get that recording from the Board of Review, did you not?
yes,
Okay,
yep.
okay. Well, I make a motion. I didn't see anything wrong with it.
No, I re-looked at them ahead of time too.
So I make a motion that the meeting minutes be approved from May 13th, the special meeting, the 16th, the Board of Review, and the 20th, our regular board meeting from last month.
I second that.
All right, I have, Larry has made a motion to accept the meeting minutes from May 13th, 16th, and the 20th, and Jason has seconded it. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, it'll carry. Treasurer's financial report.
Okay, in the town checking, $1,072.83. The money market, we have $29,908.36. Broadband account, we have $40,960.47. The CD, we have $134,275.50. And the cemetery account of $14,333.65 is included in the money market account. The LGIP general, we have $167,669.54. So we are making interest on our CD. Do you want me to put that interest in the CD account? Because that's kind of where it is.
I think that's a good idea myself, yeah.
I mean, I don't know where that money goes down the road or
Well,
what, but
How that was all set up, when the fire department thing had gone by, is we can keep it in that CD. It's basically our money. We can do whatever we want with it.
okay,
The initial amount, we would then bring back to them
okay,
when needed. So, but I think if we're earning a decent amount, you should just kind of keep it in there, because you're not really gonna earn anything in the checking side of
Right.
things, right?
right.
Now, is that broadband money still, where is that?
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay,
I just talking to Teresa, I printed out bank account stuff, like the last 3 months, and it show I mean, if you look at my books and you look at the bank accounts, it all comes out fine. But it doesn't show, I mean, I don't know what's happening in the system, because it shows that the 40,000 is in the money market, it's in the broadband, but it's not in our account.
In the system.
In the system, it shows it, but not in our bank account, because the only bank account we have is the one savings. So all that money should be sitting in here. And we went through this last week, or last month before, I
Yeah,
don't remember
last
when it
month.
was. And when I come to balance it, I was off the cemetery account. So it told me to delete that out. So I deleted out, everything came out fine, my bank account reconciled. But
The
My
money's
rec,
there.
but my money, but my bank account shows me. My bank account this is the third one. It's the 5, this one. My bank account shows me that I have 53,453.53 at the end of May. Then I pulled 25,000 out to pay the bills for this month. So right now it shows me 29,000, whatever is on my sheet,
Mhm.
29,000.
29,908.
Yeah, so that has to include the cemetery account, because that's in there,
Yeah,
and that should be including the broadband account, which is 40,900. We don't have that much in there. So I don't understand what QuickBooks is doing.
okay, can we,
We need to set up a time to get together and look at it, and then I think we should call someone from QuickBooks and have them walk it through us and to
Okay.
look at it. So,
okay,
Yep. I'm just totally,
yep, we need to just,
okay,
since we took that, and not to say that it wasn't, and maybe it's way back, because all this 135,000 was also in that account. When that account got pulled out, that's when I started saying, it's not making sense anymore.
we did go through this with the folks at Quantum, and Aaron helped us. And we also had some assistance from Sue,
mhm,
and I'm wondering, and you've got some experience with
Right.
QuickBooks,
right,
and I'm wondering, where would you feel we get the best answers? Should we talk to Sue? She's up here now, she's moved.
She's moved in.
Yeah, she's moved in 2 days ago.
I guess I don't know. Sue knows QuickBooks. I know she does.
mhm,
Mhm. That's what I'm saying, here's somebody who's worked with us before. She knows the books, she knows where we were going, and we had good answers. We figured
Right.
things out.
Since we combined all this stuff, nothing has made sense.
Okay,
It just hasn't been coming out. is what
I
you're
think
saying.
we just
Right.
need, we could.
I
get
don't
together with
know
Sue. Yep.
if I have, if it's in there wrong, to be able to
Right,
make, I don't know QuickBooks that well. I don't
Okay.
use it other than for
We
the
can
The
make
account.
bank statement balances out,
we should
Yes,
make a,
so it's in the bank.
it's in the bank.
We're just not getting.
No,
no,
the bank statement is not showing what we have.
our records shows the monies where they're at, but you don't have evidence of it in the bank account.
But the
And so
bank would be right.
mhm,
I mean, the bank is saying, but you kept saying that we shouldn't have had this money in broadband. We shouldn't have had anything because we used it all.
Well, we had used, most of the monies, but then we also got an extra 15,000, was it? What did we get from the county?
I thought it was like 15,000.
Yeah, I think that somewhere in that neighborhood. So that money's, I think there's an entry error in there somewhere.
Somewhere. I don't know.
But that's why I say if we can get somebody like Sue, who really understands QuickBooks well, can just give us some time, it'd be worth it. To me, it seems to me to be worth it to straighten it out.
Somebody, because I
Because that
evidently don't know enough.
$40,000 was originally some of the ARPA money.
Right.
And I think that's where we're
and
getting
that-
screwed up.
I think so, I think that should be at 0.
It should be, but it's not, it's called broadband account, but it
But we
isn't-
just changed that.
It
We
was
changed that
ARPA.
name. It was ARPA before.
Right,
Yeah,
But you were saying that we used all that ARPA money.
yes, we did. We finished the report last
Yeah.
2 months ago,
yes, in April.
in April. So what you're showing is something that should be at a 0.
Yes.
But there's also that monies that we got from the county.
That grant.
For that 15,000,
Yep.
that would be in our account here. I mean, there's 29,000
Yeah.
showing in our account after we paid the bills this month.
Right.
I mean, other than our LGIP, and I don't try pulling that out unless I absolutely have to, because we make quite a bit of money in there.
In LGIP,
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
No, and that's right. That's how we get our monies from the state.
Right.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of a journal entry, is that what you're talking?
It could be,
Could be,
it could
Okay.
be.
we
But-
need to look at that ARPA,
Okay.
maybe we just need to look at that account to see.
Right,
What we need
well,
to do with
yeah,
that,
we
so-
expended all of the ARPA money and we
Some-
reported it as such.
Right, correct.
So that was
Yep.
closed off. So I would suggest maybe I'll leave it up to you who you feel.
I mean,
most
we can, I
comfortable
can
with.
give you the, just, you guys can look back and just if you wanna go against your records or not, but it's up
We'll
to you,
just-
but.
Get together with Sue and set up a meeting.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you know,
it'll be fine.
and I think that would be the best way
Yep.
to go.
And then as far as, the CD, we've gotten so far $1,095.81 in interest
Earning,
for the last, for 2 months.
and you've got no receivable,
That's good.
No,
no receivable.
broadband, I sent kind of crossed in the mail, but they actually sent a check already, so for the tower, for the rental,
Oh, for the rental of the tower,
so we got that,
okay.
but no receivables.
Well, given that, I would make a motion that we accept your treasurer's report and realizing that there may be some error in this, what you now have titled broadband account, that $40,000 was ARPA money.
Correct.
And
Correct.
we only have, what we really have is the monies we got from the county.
Right,
Right, that, yes.
So I would make that recognizing, make a motion to accept it, recognizing that there is maybe error in that.
and that would be right.
Yep.
That would almost be right.
It should be.
Mhm.
Yep. I don't know.
I second that. I think, yeah,
We
just go over the books one more time and then, you know, I'm sure, and then if you guys have to call for some assistance.
I don't think QuickBooks is gonna help you.
Okay,
Because what our experience has been is QuickBooks is only worried about the program and how it's functioning. But
oh,
when we
okay.
put in entries
Yeah,
and when we spend money, that's us.
yeah,
And so therefore, maybe we have to put in a journal entry, as you said, Jason, to clarify that, or to clear that.
okay.
So
Okay, sounds
it's just a matter of getting it straight. That makes sense. I mean, I understand where we're at.
Mhm.
All right, well, I have a motion made by Larry to accept the treasurer's report as read with, looking at correcting the broadband account. And a second by Jason, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, it'll carry. Public comment, is there anybody online?
No, I do not believe so. Participants are us. That's it.
Okay. Southern Door Fire Department report. Yeah. The chief's report. So on June 5th, they had a call for a vehicle on fire on County J, on O, just off of J. Pickup truck fully engulfed in arrival, and they put it out. So I don't know, the guy was driving down the road, seen something smoking out of his dash, got out of his truck and, yeah, it was a problem. On June 7th, at 7125 County Road J, they had,
None of them are.
somebody call in a burning, but it was, permit was in hand, clean, no action taken. 9 EMR calls since
That was
May
that
8th,
chick that you-
and then
Yeah.
as far as that's it for calls, so that's good. Notes, training in June will be at the practice house on County X. Foreseeable entry, search and rescue, ladder raising, ventilating, and communication practice. Number 2, practice dummy has been built by the firefighters. It is made up of old fire hoses.
Yes, looks good.
Number 3, the DNR grant opened on May 1st. Planning to apply for a backpack blower with water tank, radios, fire brooms, and assistance with items for the new brush truck. Due date is June 30th. Number 4, discussion of driver approval for insurance renewal. Number 5, EMABAS, that's gotta be abbreviation for something,
Maybe.
yeah. Is being implemented at the Door County Dispatch Center.
Electronic meters.
so their cost is $300 per year.
Mhm.
The Door County Library has requested a fire truck for the Forestville, library for, I'm sure, the kids on June 12th at 3. The Algoma Fire Department is celebrating its 150th anniversary on June 29th, sending a truck for the parade. Item number 8, hosting a stop for the Fire Iron motorcycle ride on September 7th at 2 p.m. Food and raffles. We keep proceeds, so the fire department keeps the proceeds for that. Item number 9, the fireman's picnic date is July 27th, 2024. And just observation is where I drive by, their new sign looks pretty nice.
Well,
They did a nice job.
that's why we didn't get their sign up yet, but that's not of our concern.
No, they've got enough problems over there, I guess. So, we'll just let that alone. So that's what I have for the fire department. Things are going well, on that end of it. Maplewood Sanitary District, was there anything that came?
Just minutes from their last meeting, so.
All right.
Look at those.
They're still working with Forestville, I believe, on the DNR.
Yeah, kinda, I think that might be sanitary survey for the water connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Foliage. Yeah, so they're still moving forward with that. I mean, it really sounds like the DNR is trying to push that thing to
Yeah, they
make that
certainly
happen.
are.
So, which I don't think it's a bad thing by any stretch.
No,
Okay, does anybody else wanna look at these? The cemetery report,
all quiet up there, nobody's complaining.
it looks good, actually.
It does, it looks good,
Yeah.
both cemeteries. I got a call from somebody. I can't recall now. There's a couple of pending sales. Whenever they finally decide what it is they're gonna do,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah, I seen somebody cleaning up the edge where the field, they were fixing it over at the one on,
Rockhouse?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, place looks great, well kept. Broadband update? We're still in
I
negotiations.
have to, well, we're still, let's put it this way. The BEAD funding through the Public Service Commission, that BEAD funding process is just not moving as fast as I had hoped it would. There was a request that we supply them with a copy of our town resolution, notarized agreement between Brightspeed and such, which I did. And that was as of the last month's meeting. And I need to make contact with the Shipley, the fellow from Brightspeed. He's had some conversations, I guess, with others. And they're doing some additional work in the Maplewood area. And I don't know, I don't have any details on it, but it's preparatory work, I believe, for them moving forward once they know how the BEAD funding is going to be handled, how that bidding process goes. I think with what we had done, we're in the best position possible to get granted what we requested. But I know nothing other than that.
Sure, you're at the government's,
They're running at their rate of speed.
yeah, yeah, until it
Whatever
happens, it
that
happens.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Gov and website update?
All right, I went and contacted them with regard to consolidation of buildings. What we have done in the past is we contracted initially with Town Web Design to create the website itself, maintain it. Then we added to that the HeyGov functions. And then we worked with them to create all the online services that we provide. And then they introduced clerk minutes.
Yep.
And that came out as separate billing item on a credit card, so much a month, which we then decided we were gonna go for at least 3 months. I think, Teresa, you are working with that. It's working well
Yes.
for you.
Yes, I work with it every month. I love it. I review it and it's nice to have to.
Yeah.
Um,
And the other
Just go
thing I
back.
did, you'll notice on our agenda, I put a period at the end of every item. That helped in the transcription.
okay,
So when I copy, what happened in the past is when we would take the agenda, there were no periods there. So it didn't know where was the end of that item.
okay.
And that had, I had to go in there and manipulate the order of the agenda every time.
Sure.
This month, I didn't have to change anything. It
Okay.
picked it right up. So I'm pleased with that.
I am
Well,
too.
to that end, I went and contacted the AGov folks. And through my conversations with Atanas, who is the AGov guy, and the town web people, and Alexandra is in the billing department there. They were informed that we would like to receive a joint invoice that combines both HayGov and town web services. So they asked me to specify what exactly would be the best way to bill us. And our annual billing through town web currently includes our annual hosting and maintenance fee, and that annual amount is $808. It also includes our annual domain name fee for the forestvilletown.wi.gov. That's $15. And then the 5 Google workspace accounts, which we have, which has the archiving, archiving of email and everything else that we're working with, that's $1,080 annually. Now through HayGov, we have the service and support of $1,188. Now, they wanted us to know what would be the relevant payment instructions or details to process a payment when these come due. And typically they start coming through in August or
Okay.
September. So my response to them was, it would work best if we receive an invoice about 30 days prior to the due date so that the board could approve payment. Be sure to include annual billing for clerk minutes feature of HayGov. It appears clerk minutes feature enabled us to find our new clerk. I thanked them for that. And once approved, a check would be issued and sent to whatever address would work best for both Town Web Design and HayGov. So I said, we've talked about this over the years. How are we gonna take and put this all into one thing you get a bill for? It covers all of our digital services
Right.
and website. They came back to me, Thomas came back, said, hey, thanks for your input. HayGov looked into this. Clerk minutes cannot be paid by check. You'll have to choose a plan and add a card after your trial period so you can pay for the app if you want to use it immediately. What I'm seeing in our system, you already chose the $99 a month plan. It's been billed by HayGov and already paid for 2 months. HayGov invoices are paid and attached. He had tried to add clerk minute subscription to the HayGov December invoice, but it can't be done. So we're gonna have to keep the clerk minutes on a credit card.
Okay,
It'll be
And
on a
that comes
monthly
through
basis.
every month?
It comes through monthly.
okay.
Now, I'm not sure what you have there in the way of a statement on your
Yeah,
credit
it's
card.
not showing, so I have something from Amazon on Kevin's, that must be that box or something out there, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And then there is one from Quantum,
That was me when I
Yes,
bought.
that was service on her laptop.
all
Yeah,
right.
yep, service for laptop. So,
Yeah, they
um,
contacted me on
What,
that as well.
$99 for clerk minutes? Is that what you're looking for?
It's a month.
Okay.
And that's what we had started out with.
Right, but you
So
know,
when will we start getting billed on that?
It should appear,
Like in July, because it was like a 3-month thing. I think we took out.
well, but it's, again, I don't know if it's not showing up on the credit card.
Oh.
What has happened, because
Did somebody put a credit card in?
I thought according to this, he said that he added to their,
Well,
to the first 3 months or whatever.
because I did a lot of work with them in development,
Yeah.
they kept us on a trial plan.
Got it.
oh,
Oh,
okay.
well, Thank you for that. So,
So I believe those charges will start to show up.
we're probably in July then, I'm guessing.
I'm guessing.
So do we have a credit card on file? for
Yes, we do.
Diego?
We
Okay.
have that new credit card on file with HayGov
Okay,
to cover the cost of that. But I assume, and maybe I should not have, but I assume that we want to continue that.
That's what I was gonna say. Do we need to make a motion to continue it, or we just keep moving with it because it's working?
mhm,
It's working well. I mean,
It's
that
nice.
was one of the
Yeah.
reasons you even said you would take on the job because we
Right.
use the tools like that.
right,
And
definitely.
I thanked him for that. So
Okay,
maybe we should have a motion to just say, yeah, we're gonna keep using that at that rate on a credit card. You're not gonna see it on a bill.
I'll make a
It'll
motion.
show up there.
I'll make a motion.
So as far as the workspace and the HayGov and the Google, we're gonna get statements for those?
You'll get one statement for the annual fee.
We consolidate.
It's all consolidated.
Okay,
So it'll be the Google Workspace, it'll be the website design, it'll be the hosting, all the elements that go into what we do with HayGov and all the rest of it.
okay.
But the minutes, clerk minutes will still remain as a monthly thing. Now, if you make a recommendation to another clerk and they choose it and work with it, then we get a free month.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's a marketing thing.
so I'll second your
Yeah.
your
Okay.
motion.
Yeah, I make a motion that we accept the clerk minutes for $99 per month paid for by a credit card.
And then I second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, that will carry.
Good.
Yeah, I think all that is going very well. Correspondence.
We got
Oh.
something,
That
I
Bailey,
just gave you that piece of paper,
Bailey annual report, we just got this
Yeah.
email, so that's,
and there was that thing that
And
Roy
then-
had gotten.
what was this?
That was from Built Right. If I'm not mistaken, we're on there as an additional insured,
Oh,
but we're not.
Oh, you just gotta
using
keep that, you just gotta file that. It's
okay.
just a certificate for
Of liability
whoever it is.
insurance?
It's Built Right.
Oh,
Wasn't Built Right there, that our building inspector?
Sure, that's our building inspector, I think, yes,
That was our building inspector.
was.
That is not our current
oh,
building
I
inspector.
was gonna say, okay.
No,
Isn't Brett
Is it?
Gillett? Yeah,
No.
yeah,
Brett
No,
Gillen
Brett Gillen
is,
is,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
this
Safe
was-
Built is from Loveland, Colorado.
right,
This
that's
was-
their insurance company, that's their home office, I guess. Anyway, they sent it to Roy. And he got the thing,
but we don't
I
have
mean,
them
it's just a
anymore, so it's
certificate of-
really nothing.
Yeah, it's a certificate of insurance, which is,
Okay,
yeah, fine,
yeah,
If we don't use them, I don't know if you really have to worry about it, but.
nope,
it
not
just,
at all. All right, so I got a phone call and the individual that cuts our lawn wants some stuff fixed.
what happened?
Because what happening is the rain keeps coming down on the edge of the pavilion, so the ground we put there.
washing,
Correct. And it's hard for his lawnmower, and then, which I didn't know, and the snow plow pushed a bunch of stuff up, so he's like, I can't cut that, you gotta make that go away, that's gotta get leveled out and fixed and whatever else.
didn't we just get that raised so that it was level?
We did,
Yeah,
yeah,
Jaden or somebody did that.
yeah, we got that done, but like I said, so why would it go down,
Well,
that's what it is, your edge,
Washing,
correct, the edge of the roof line is right there, so everything that comes,
so,
you know what I mean?
so we don't have.
Should you be putting downspouts on the darn thing?
I don't know, but either way, to solve one problem, I just called Torp Landscape and said, hey, what would it take to come in, compact some ground there, overdo it, plant a little grass seed, fix the problem, so from the snow plowing, and we go from there. So
Just to bring it up to surface.
Yeah.
and
just to get,
Where it needs to be.
and I wanna go a little bit more, you know what I mean, and I want him to take a compactor and compact it down,
Right,
that
right.
give us
Yeah,
something
That's
here.
reasonable enough right there.
that, yeah.
Yeah, you
So-
can't beat that price.
Are we
I'm in agreement with that. I'll make a motion that we accept the estimate here from, Torp Lawn Care and Tree Service for the tune of $380 for pavilion compaction and the entryway, driveway.
Yeah.
Yes,
Snow fix up.
yeah,
To bring it up to the surface.
yeah.
Yeah, bring it a little. Yeah, that's,
I'll second that.
makes sense.
So I have a motion made from Jason to accept the Torp Lawn Care Service and a second from Kevin. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, that will carry. The other thing, because I don't know where to put this. So the keypad got installed. The lockbox is on, all right? You guys should all have a key.
I just got,
Yep.
but I couldn't get in here the other day.
Yes.
I don't know if I
Yeah.
need one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No
I
problem.
haven't
really don't.
programmed it yet because I was struggling
Well,
and
So,
What's
I
the
found
book?
some.
right, so what I wanna do is get you guys some of this information here on the keypad,
So,
right?
This is
So
what I
you
found
should all know how
online
to
today.
program it.
Yeah.
Cause you're gonna start with that little code right there.
Oh, yeah, yep, you need a
That-
code before you can do it,
Right,
yeah.
Correct.
and then I had people renting the town hall and like, just go through the
Alright,
front
and
and
then one for,
so.
so I had gotten everybody a key, right, so if the battery would ever die,
everybody but one.
and you still have. I thought I had one, I thought I
But
gave
just give her one of
keys.
our keys, because.
My-
No, I really, I mean, I don't
You
know
can
if I
still-
really
And this
need it.
key, this key
I can
still
get in
works
that
for
way.
here,
Yeah,
you
you
can
can
still
yeah,
get in.
Yeah, fine. That's
Right.
how
So it isn't
people
like
been
you
going
don't have access in any way, shape or form.
Right,
Okay, and then I could not,
in. Yeah,
I could not get a key made for the little lockbox. So right now, it's just a little turn thingy and the instruction,
for the little, the
right, because you
outside
can
box.
override it with a key,
Yeah.
right? So you put the little code in there, and I don't wanna say.
Now,
what the
this is
code out
not for
loud here,
that,
but-
this is for the door?
Correct,
For the
this is for
door,
the
yeah.
door,
Yeah,
right? And the lockbox, I've already used, because even with the driveway permit that was requested, I went and did the inspection and whatever else, and nobody can be here. I said, I'll put it in the lockbox, you can come and drop your check off, and which he did do, and everything was all good. So it's working well, as far as,
mhm.
you know, if you're gonna be going away. And nobody can come in and take care of it. That was LQH Homes that did that, so there's a driveway permit for them that came in and has been authorized, which is on Vignes, down by you, there
Yep.
should be a new house going up there. And then there was a second driveway for Don Etchison, which is down over in Carnet.
Yep.
Okay, so that one is done too, and the only thing I went and checked, I got all the information they needed.
Now, were
Right.
these done manually? These were done.
These were manually, yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
fine.
how they
That's
wanted to
fine.
do it,
That's fine.
for whatever reason.
That's good.
And then,
They can do it either way.
Yep,
They
yep.
just get the form on the.
and I just asked them to make sure, you know, after they did, we followed all the stuff that they were supposed to do, that
Mhm.
just give me a call when it's done, I can just verify that it's done the way it should have been, and we're all good to go.
Okay.
So those are the two applications that came in. And Teresa, I'll give you a copy of that.
so I just have people going through the front door here, because I didn't get time to program yet.
And that's
I
fine.
tried and it
As
didn't
long as
work,
they can get in.
so, yeah, and they're happy with it, so.
It's not hard
And I
to
said-
have that.
I said, once we
Um,
get that, then they'll get a
I know
code
the,
and everybody's,
But you have
Okay
it
with
booked like almost
what's the
every
man that comes?
other day here, so.
Yeah.
The Legion, right?
yeah,
Legion.
Terry McNulty.
Yeah. Legion called and asked, cause we're coming in and we don't have a key or whatever, can
Well,
so I gave him the code.
I didn't realize what their schedule was, so Terry came to my house Tuesday and I was at work. And I'm like, I didn't have a key out, so
It's,
now I
We'll get
have
used
them,
to it.
yeah, now I have them on a schedule. I'm like, okay, you gotta let me know when you meet. I said, you know.
But
so
now if
So-
you got the code, now you.
right,
good to go,
so you know,
yeah.
the whole thought pattern was like the groups that meet here every month, that you know, that are like
Yeah.
a 4-H group,
Yes,
they can have their own code,
yep,
Yep,
and then you'd have the Legion. This is your own code,
yes.
okay,
yep.
here it is, you're done. You know what I mean? And those
Yeah, yeah.
people,
how many
right?
codes can you put in there?
I think like 15.
18.
Oh,
15
holy
or
There's
man,
quite a few.
okay.
And then they're easy to change, so it isn't, and that's why I wanted to give you
Yeah.
guys whatever, you know, if somebody.
No, that sounds like an excellent way to do it. You could give these groups, these
Yes,
civic groups
yeah,
who need access, they have their own code, they don't have to fool around with who's got the key.
Yep, And then if it's this Saturday or whatever, and we're renting it, you can type in
Different key.
a weekend code or whatever you wanna call rental code.
And a lot of people like to come the day before to set up.
Set up,
Right.
you
which
know,
makes
so-
sense.
Which, yeah, I'm like all for it.
Well, either that or would you have, where would they get a key if they didn't have a code?
Same at my house in the mailbox.
So,
Right,
so the
just like
question, so the next
yes.
question is, so they have a key, or they have a code to get in,
Mhm.
but how do they get into the storage unit, and how do they get into if they're using this room, and how do they get, I mean, there's no keys now?
No, there's no keys to these tools rooms.
All right,
Well, there are groups that meet in this room.
oh, are there?
Mhm.
Maplewood Sanitary District
Oh.
Commissioners meeting.
I had no idea. Okay,
There's a 4-H group that meets in here.
oh.
The reason I know it for sure is I got sprinkles on the floor every time I come. Just saying.
That's angel dust.
Whatever.
Oh, I didn't realize people,
So
I just thought it was
so
always
you can
in
get them in the,
This room.
yes, you can get in the building, but now you have to figure out how you get
And if
into
they come
something
in the
else.
front door, that, they don't have a key then to get into that hall unless we leave it unlocked.
So that key doesn't open that door?
The hall door? I never seen the hall door actually locked.
I know.
This one and that one I have.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't think
what
they
do
lock
they,
the hall door. Oh, we might if they just use the bathroom for
for the ball
the
game?
ball game.
Oh, yeah. They open the door, they come in and use the bathroom, but these rooms are locked off.
Yeah,
Mhm,
They don't use the
That
rest
would
of the
make sense.
hall.
Yeah.
yeah,
And when,
Or else they're getting all dirty and everything
Mhm.
else, and who knows, they just don't belong in there.
right, and like you had both things going on Sunday.
yeah, we had the ball game and someone decided to rent it Sunday last minute, so
Yeah.
they were
And-
okay with it, so.
Those rentals were coming in online,
Oh.
every, boom, boom, boom.
All graduation.
This
parties, I
weekend
suppose.
again, it's Saturday, Sunday. so-
yeah, ever since it got online, this has been getting booked really quick.
Mhm.
This is great.
Yeah.
that's what's
Yeah.
going on.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're seeing a lot of revenue generated through that.
So,
Well, it is the people's hall. You
Yeah,
know, You're
yeah.
welcome to come and
Absolutely.
use it,
Yeah.
take care of it, and
a lot of people just love the venue. They can come here, cook, whatever,
Yeah,
set
But I
up.
don't know, I mean, it's something that you gotta think of, because we fixed one problem, but.
so what if we did a lockbox,
That's true.
like I do at a job site, which is just a push button again? I mean, that's not much, we just screw it to one of the walls,
Mhm,
and you'd have the keys to these two rooms,
Yeah, we could do that.
yeah, that would be a good
right?
idea,
You're
Cause
done with
that,
it, you put
cause
it
you don't
back.
have to change that code, cause they
Nope.
can't get in to use it, so.
Right,
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 And the only ones who would have that code would be the ones that use this room or
Yeah.
the side room, yeah.
that's the only one you give it to,
Yeah.
The Legion would need it.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
could have done vaults in there.
you know, I mean, I have one on my office door, whatever, it's like, well,
And like I say, I know for sure there's at least one or maybe two groups. The sanitary district's commissioners meet in here,
yep.
in this room.
okay,
And Chris has a set of keys. He just comes and.
Right, Chris Sample's got the keys.
Yeah.
But there's also another, like I say,
we just wanna make it simple for all of us, that you're
Right.
not, you don't
exactly.
need
Running
crisis
all the time,
situations.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I mean, the people who are renting it have always been respectful.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
Right.
it should be an issue.
Right.
So then that's what I'll do. I'll get a lockbox that we can physically screw to the wall, or nice
Okay.
little white ones or tan, whatever. And it'll be,
On
it'll
this
be
side or
just-
this side?
well, once I grab one, well, I would figure you'd want it.
On
That's
this,
it.
on this, cause, well, this way you can get through that door, this way you can't, so it depends who's,
So it should
Needs
really
to
be on
use it.
that side of the wall, right?
I'm thinking on that side over there, because they're gonna get the code to come into
You're gonna
that
get the
door.
code to come
So the
in.
little lockbox can
right,
work right there.
and then
with the
that,
keys
you
on it.
open it and then that door will come in, yeah.
Right.
yep,
Yeah, that'd probably make the most sense, right? Cause if they're having a game,
They
they
don't
don't
need it.
want anybody in
No,
there
I don't want
anyway.
He has
anybody
a key
there.
for the front door, right? The guy's got
Yeah.
the game.
Jim has
So
the
he has
key
key,
for
so
the
he
front
doesn't
door.
really need a
They
code.
open the
Yeah,
front door,
right.
but these two are locked up.
And I'm sure Jim has a key somehow to get around to turn the water on, right?
Oh, I
Cause everybody
suppose,
shuts the
Yeah,
water off,
cause
but
he goes in
it's
and
Jim.
the storage area too to check,
Oh,
to make sure there's
Right.
enough toilet paper, there's enough paper towels,
Sure,
and he
yes.
cleans the garbage and all that
there
too.
we go.
And again, maybe
Talk
you
about
just give
keep
Jim,
Roto.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
maybe you just give him a code to the.
Yep.
To the thingy and
Yeah.
if you're set,
Code
you're
too,
set.
That solves that problem.
'Cause
I
they-
think everybody.
But I
always
think he
wanted
has a
to-
key, right?
He has a
He
key
has a
right
key
now.
that keeps it himself, I mean, he always has it, right?
Right, but your
Right.
key will not open that door. The new key only opens that door because that lock is, unless you have a code. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but which way, but he has a key for this door?
Yep,
Yeah.
Oh, but then he can't, yeah, but then if he has, oh, that key and this key are two different door
Yeah,
keys.
they're all
Yes.
different.
yep. What you want?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, so I got, yeah,
he's got a set of 3
1, 2,
keys.
3, 4
Yeah.
keys.
One for this door, one for that door, and one for the storage, the cleaning area.
Yeah, because they need to
Those
get cleaning supplies.
Yep,
Right,
so,
they gotta clean it up.
see, you got 3 keys too.
Yeah, so I should be able to get in that door, and the storage room.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what I had for correspondence. So I'm gonna move on to road and road work.
Yeah, I got a letter from WTA saying, hey, we got you that money.
Great job.
Yeah, WTA, Jason, you didn't see yours, I just threw it away.
So this Whistler thing that you had forwarded to me,
There it is.
what Whistler is
Mary, show
asking
that to
here
Dina.
Yeah,
is they're doing this trial run
That-
to do our reporting online
right,
and the map comes online,
right.
okay? I don't know that I want it online. I like it when the paper map comes here, where we don't have a big paper map, right,
Of the roads.
of the roads. Cause that's what I use when I go down on our inspections and I
Sure.
write my stuff on all of this and I have no access to it. Well, you can print it, but it's only gonna be whatever. I'm sure at some point, what they're trying to do is get a bunch of people on board and then it'll be just mandatory, I'm thinking.
Probably.
But I would like to kick that can down the road as long as I could. So that's why I did not respond to
Okay,
that.
because you sent that out to us.
Correct.
Teresa sent that out.
Correct, but just so you guys know, that's why I did that.
Okay.
Cause I like that paper coming directly to us. I still am in the program doing whatever else, or else I have no access to get it.
Right.
Do you wanna read that?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so here is,
I'll just fish through the trash and find it.
um. This one too.
You can have that.
So this is the new and updated version that we're gonna be sending out. Mine's a little bit kittywampus, but it's fine, because I got it online. Of, this is what's gonna be sent out to bid for
Okay.
the new truck route, which would be County Line and Old Krieger, okay?
So this is the engineering
engineering
report?
side of things, correct,
Yes.
okay? So next is we're gonna take this, go to bid, put it in the paper, and then see what bids we get and go from there. Because I'm looking to have this done for fall spreading. That is that's the goal.
Is that doable?
I believe so. I believe so.
What
I'm
is,
kinda told there's only gonna be 2 people really bidding on it, even though you put it up to public, right? The public
If
is
it's
bid on it,
asphalt.
and the county,
In the county.
correct. So,
The question is, my question is this. If for some reason it can't be done within this calendar year, because we're talking going out for bid, it's damn near July already.
yeah, they'll have something to us.
Okay,
I mean, everything is sitting,
If we
they got
don't-
the takeoffs, they've got the
Yeah.
tonnages, they've got.
well, I understand, but if we don't get that so that it can be done in this calendar year, if we don't spend our road aid plus 15%,
Mhm.
that's gonna hurt us down the road.
Right, then we'd have to do another project of some sort.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
And we'd have to
but
have,
right now, we gotta pay for this up front, so we're gonna
I
have to gap
understand
that dollar amount.
well, I understand that, we pay for it up front. Even if we have to borrow money from the, we will do that.
Yeah,
But if we don't get it done, and it slides into next year, which is a possibility, with all the wonderful weather we've had, what are we gonna, where else would we go? Where else would we go?
well, I think we've crossed that bridge. We're gonna have an answer to your question, I believe, by the next meeting, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, fine.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I,
And
I just, you hear where I'm at.
yes.
I wanna
100%.
protect the road aid that comes in by spending the monies. If we
Correct.
don't spend the monies, it doesn't hurt us immediately, but it hurts us 2,
Yes.
3 years down the road.
And,
I mean, there's enough roads that we can fix and do something, that's
Oh,
not an
we got
issue,
plenty of them.
we'll be able to spend the dollars,
Yeah.
but, cause next year will even be more expensive, and I don't.
Oh, I understand
don't wanna
that.
get there.
Yeah, I understand that.
I'm just
So-
kind of curious, looking at this estimate, like the ditching that's over on the,
Yes,
on that one side of the Krieger Road,
Yeah,
it doesn't really call anything on it, not that they
It
would
does.
specify it,
it's
but.
really weird, cause you gotta, they break it down in sections, okay?
Okay,
So
yeah.
if you go to.
Yeah, they've made little segments out of the whole thing.
T1-3 Old Krieger Road,
Mhm,
and if you go back, cause I looked at every little single thing.
okay,
I'm having them redig that ditch line out, because
Yep.
right now there is no water flow almost up to that guy's house.
yep, that's
To the
T
corner.
13, yep,
And then it was like, well, you can replace that culvert if you think it needs to. I said, I don't want you to think it needs to. You're replacing the culvert, because we're not replacing his road for another 25 years. Replace the culvert, not an option. And then I'm asking for an alternate cost to get rid of these huge trees that are sitting on T1.6 Old Krieger Road, which is the first gap, which is just behind that Clark's.
yeah, that's a
I mean,
big
they're
cottonwood
huge,
sitting there,
And I
yeah.
already talked to the owner. They were hoping that we could do something, but he's too far away to get it done. He's like, well, he talked to Randy would be fine doing whatever, but they don't have any spare time right now. There's this thing called rain, like every I
Every
don't
other
know.
day.
It's like 24 hours a day. You get like maybe a little sun and then rain.
So then those trees would be in our right of way then?
Oh, yeah, they're
Okay,
definitely in
okay.
the center of the ditch,
Okay,
without a doubt.
Which segment of road is that?
You would go to your
T16.
T16 and actually you
Okay,
bump down a
those, yes.
little bit down to the T15. It's
Yep.
kind
The
of,
top of the T15, yep.
yeah,
okay,
The north
it's
side,
basically that
yeah.
whole field that SNS rents. By those big grain bins, that section.
isn't it Carmody's field?
Carmen's,
Yeah,
yeah,
Carmody's.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he said if he was closer, he'd
It
take
used to
him
be
down
Georgia
south,
Rose
but
Lodge,
he,
this old property.
does he live somewhere?
Yeah, he's not, I don't even know where he is anymore.
Yeah, he's not.
No, he's not
around
around here. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's what he said. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just too far for me to run to go and try to take him down, or I take him down and,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know who does, I don't know who does that. I don't know if Jim
Well, that's-
Linus would do that.
I don't know, it would just be nice for the water flow, cause it's gonna help the field, it's gonna help
Yeah.
everything.
Oh, yeah.
Make them go away. Then you can trim that ditch and keep it where it should be for the entire time that that's happening. So the initial number that he was stomaching to me, which wasn't the bid, obviously, is under where we were, so I'm hoping we can still get it all
So
done.
they're gonna replace that culvert there on the end of Krieger
Yes.
and County Line? Cause I know we had the wings put on it, but I don't think we ever replaced that culvert, did we?
No.
Okay, so
No.
it's just the wings, okay.
No, we never did.
Yeah.
We talked about it because of the problems,
Yeah,
but I don't think we ever
Yes.
did anything.
And that's why, cause when he put it in here, the first go around was, well, if you think it needed to be done. Well, I don't want it a thinking, there's no thinking, I want it gone.
I like that. Oh, you did break it down nicely. Yeah,
Yes, you have
excavator
to look
rebuild,
at
yeah.
how he did it, and then it starts to make
This is a
sense.
nice report. This is really in-depth. I haven't seen this in-depth before.
No, they did a good job on that bit, or on that engineering of it.
So, and I know he took, he had somebody come from Northeast to
Yeah,
look
so-
at his, you know,
How he
do
broke
you
it
think,
apart?
right, do you think my totals for materials
Right.
are where they need to be type thing? So we should be, you know, in decent shape.
Mhm.
So
Now-
after today's meeting, I'm gonna just tell them, go
There's an
ahead.
upper layer and a lower layer, so we're gonna have a 4-inch road.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And we, you know, a lot of these things, we gotta stick to what we asked in the grant,
Right. it's
right?
gotta-
You
it's
have
gotta
to
be-
widen it, you have to have that
Mhm.
X
Right,
amount of shoulder.
exactly.
It's not an option. Those lines have to be painted because that's what their state is telling us we have to
All
do.
right,
Done.
nice.
And we'll stick to all of that. Unless there's some reason we can't.
That'll take a lot of traffic out of the village, which is what we've been after
Right.
for quite a few years.
Yes,
Nice.
that is way too dangerous.
Good job, Kevin.
So, you know, if you guys are good with that, I'm gonna tell him, you know, like I said, I looked at this
Yep,
over and
no, it looks good.
each section. So I'm gonna tell them to go ahead and let's print it in the Pulse and let's get moving forward and get some proposals and
Very
see if we can't get something done. Okay, this thing. On South Forest Drive, bridge versus culvert, okay? So I called the county and I asked the county to come out and look,
What is it?
and Randy came. And Randy looked and he agreed with me 100%. There's like no water, and this is after we had that big 2-inch rain and whatever.
Yep.
There's like nothing flowing in there, nothing. And what are we,
It's
record?
dry?
Yeah, you got a little bit under the bridge, but there, the stone, which is all cleared where they cleared up that field, it's down to the bedrock. There's no water flow.
There never really is a lot of water flow over there.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So Randy says, hey, we could go with a 3 or 4 foot culvert. The county would pay for half of it because of the size, okay?
Okay.
We have to get that, through the committee, but that's what that's there for. And I said, yes, let's get a number to do that.
Instead of rebuilding the.
Instead of
winter,
rebuilding that thing, rip that bridge out, which is already starting to fail, just make it go
It's-
away.
Been a problem for us for how many years?
So he said, well, we should at least make a call to Soil and Water to make sure that they're okay with this. Well, Soil and Water now says, we would like that to be engineered because there's like 17,000 acres that flows into this. I said, are you kidding me? So I've got some discussing to do with some individuals. And then I'm gonna find out, what does engineering mean? Is it just like, sometimes we will call up an engineering company for a beam or something and send me $200 or whatever, I'll tell you what that is, and here's my stamp, done. Or is this like, well, we want a big report? So I guess,
Well, you know about that.
because it's stupid, there is no water there. We
You want a
live
big
there, we
report.
see it, it's just crazy.
We have got, we thought we were done and they emailed us and told us we needed another permit
Today,
today
for the work?
for the road,
The thing they already approved.
yes.
Soil and Water? Or the
Well, it came
DNR?
from planning department, but hopefully it is nothing, but we sent it in today with another $350.
So, with this, I'm gonna continue to work on it and hopefully get some better answers. You know what I mean? And I will talk to the engineering firm over here, the guy we're dealing with on this one, and say, what does this really mean?
That's probably the right. route.
Okay, then we can decide and have, because really, there's no reason we can't go with the 3 or 4 foot
Right.
culvert and be done with it and solve all of our problems there.
They're very, they're a lot easier to work with now, a lot easier. What we went through 2 years ago or 3 years ago was nothing. Now is nothing compared to what we went through back
Well, they had a personnel change over there, didn't they?
Right,
Yeah, so,
yes.
Yeah.
And they can keep changing.
then. Yeah,
So,
a lot better people.
There was that question on the road right of way, which is associated with the broadband project, and I still am waiting for some information on that,
okay,
so I don't have.
so what I did, just based off of that, is I went into our ordinances that we have, and I just printed you guys one off.
Yep.
At least you know what our ordinance says.
This is the existing ordinance.
Correct. I
Right.
don't know if Dina would like one or.
Yeah, this one was primarily put in place so that when we were doing the manure lines.
Well, right, but it's still, this
It's
is
everything.
what you're working off of,
This is
right?
it, that's correct. Yep,
Cause there are several other ones that have to do with basic manure, which would be
Right.
these here.
right, but
Okay.
those are the specifics with regard to those
Right,
things. What we're talking about here is this underground right-of-way access.
right.
And this was actually, this thing was actually reviewed by Randy Nesbitt.
Yes, I did see that email.
Yep.
Stapled to the pack of stuff.
Yep.
Yep. So at least you get an idea of what we have at this point in time.
Right.
and then we can move forward with it as information rolls, but
Right.
we both know, well, all of us know, right, the money coming from the state is gonna be a long, slow process, which they said, right? It's gonna be 2 years, and until the state actually comes and tells you,
Right.
this is what it's gonna be and how you're gonna get it, well, you can't really do anything until that point in time, so.
And there may be other, things that we'll need to add to that to satisfy some of the broadband deals.
Right,
And
per,
that's,
per request as they arise. So, okay,
what other question I had on road work on, Old Elm Road between Highway and Mill Road?
yes,
Did you?
we're gonna cut that out. We're gonna cut it out. I'm waiting for a number from them, but I was.
From the county?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're gonna have the county just go ahead and, we'll get a number for it, but.
so I clean forgot about it and went down that road and, oh, yep, I guess it's still there.
Yep, it's
Yeah,
still
Yep,
there.
it's still there. Okay.
So, okay, we're gonna move on to payment of bills.
Okay, it's gonna start with your, the 520, your WPS streetlights.
Oh, these are paychecks.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I know what I forgot to tell you. So we got a check from, Dean Bowman, for a building permit. His check was,
Yeah.
was sent back, was rejected, whatever, sent back.
Now, I
Um,
gotta ask a question, Nicole Worley. This refund,
Yeah.
was that paid in cash or was it,
She paid it by credit card like over a year ago, so
okay, but did that go through our system?
no,
Okay,
because the
okay.
card she had on file was closed,
Okay,
so it couldn't go through.
okay,
So
So
that's
his
fine.
check came back.
Came back, when he wrote it, after he wrote it, he closed his account. Cause the check, by the time the check gets from whoever gets it, the inspector,
Right.
and gets it to you,
Yeah.
and you get it to me, and I get it to the bank, it's probably a month to a month and a half.
Mhm.
So he closed his account between then, now and from then and now. So he did get me a new check, but we got charged $14 for the return check.
Which
Do-
we should be responsible.
So I left him a message, I never heard anything back from him, should I be sending him a bill?
Yep,
Okay,
that should be his responsibility. Cause you should have reconciled his checkbook. You know what you wrote out of that thing.
right, and know that it
You
came
gotta
through.
stay here until
Yeah.
it's done or make some phone calls.
I paid, this lady back her credit card
Okay.
to her account. Can you just check the bank to see if it was applied to her credit card?
527 or 28, okay.
This is one
Oh.
and this is the other one. This is,
Oh, 62,
yeah,
okay.
she's the one inquiring.
okay,
They're both. This one's not, but these are the two that I refunded
These
back
are
to
the
their
board
credit.
review.
and they're both $50?
Yes, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I will check and
just
see if
check
this one being.
Yeah, the other
Okay.
one isn't. But that's what, if they charge it by credit card, then I refund it back to their card. I've been trying
Okay.
to do that.
Yep.
But like with Nicole's, her account was closed, so it bounced, so it never
Okay.
went through.
And then you said, when you okay the bills, you need to okay the credit card, so I can see.
Okay.
One cut each time.
Cemetery. That's what that one was, why there was a second one.
Yeah, it's for cemetery.
Yep,
We
Cemeteries.
used to have two separate accounts. And now we don't for the
Oh,
cemetery. for
correct.
Long Hutton.
Mhm.
So the first check I took out of the cemetery account, and we don't have a cemetery account. So
Yeah.
I avoided that check.
And that's why I looked at,
Yeah.
it, cause I'm like, the cemetery count always was a different color.
So I'm like,
and what is the total of the credit card?
A total of the credit card is
Just that we.
$342.74.
Okay. That should be it, other than the credit card, which.
How much is it?
$342.74.
I'll make
That's
a
the
motion
form
to
we
pay
fill
the
out,
bills.
the 941C.
All right, I'll second it. So I have a motion to pay the bills as presented,
Yeah.
including the credit card, from Larry, and a second from Kevin. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, that will carry. All other matters as authorized by law. Do we have anything?
We went to that, Towns Association meeting, and one of the issues that was brought up, there's a lot of discussion. And they were also looking to get input. So we had one of the lawyers from Towns Association at the meeting, he got a lot of input on issues for their legislative activities for the coming year. So there was a big roundtable, basically, discussion. In addition, there was a presentation by Joe Prisbach on the problems that they are encountering, where you have people in need, but they don't have services, or they don't have access. And so it was an interesting perspective, because in
When you
the
say need, are we talking handicap or financial?
emotional,
Both. Emotional?
refusing assistance. There's a lot of things that the county is looking at. How do we address some of these, the growth in homelessness, the growth in people who just don't have resources and refuse assistance. So if they get a referral, and generally it comes through their EMR calls, police or fire. So they'll go in there to try and provide some counseling or some assistance, and they can be refused. And in that event, they can do nothing. And it's creating this is growing. It's growing. So they're trying to address it in a lot of different ways. The police have gotten into, when they're dealing with various individuals who basically don't want any service, don't want any help. They're indigent, but they're also belligerent. And depending on the age, the older the person is, more difficult it becomes for them because of the way laws are structured and everything else. They're trying to get a sober living facility, they're trying to get a lot of different services in place, and it was an interesting presentation back then. And one of the, was it Joel Kitchens or someone said that that must be the most depressing job in the world that Joel Kresbach has. And his comment was, no, it's an opportunity to help people. That's really where they're at. But that puts a lot of burden on the county's, health and human services. And how do you then deal with some of this stuff? And we don't have the resources. And you can't get people to do some of this work, even if you had the monies. You can give me millions of dollars. I can't find people. So it's an interesting discussion, and that then led into the roundtable brainstorming session of what should TAG, the Towns Advocacy Council, and the Towns Association be doing. So it was a lively discussion. I was really impressed how it was handled. So it was a good meeting. He tried to get out there on time and he couldn't. How do you get things done is really the challenge. Next meeting is gonna be in town of Jacksonport. We'll be getting more mail. That's for sure. Anyway, it was a good meeting. Oh, good.
Announcements? Do we have any?
I think so.
Okay. I don't have anything, or if anybody else does.
No, I don't.
Discussions and items intended for future meetings? If there's anything specific other than what we had talked about, you know, in
We'll
the,
keep everything as is,
right,
road work and the bridge, we'll have an
Yep.
update on that, we'll have an update on Old Krieger. We have our regular updates, so,
okay, well then the next town board meeting will be held on July 15th, 2024 at 6:30 PM at the town hall. I am looking for an adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All right, I have a motion from Jason to adjourn and a second from Larry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, meeting is concluded. Thank you.